Hello, welcome back to my foodie videos. Today I'm going to I'm going to attempt to make some bacon. Now, first thing you need is a nice loin of pork. Use a loin, it gives you that nice normal back bacon sort of shape. Yeah, it's quite reasonably priced, I thought, for a supermarket. I've also got a bread bag, empty of course, and a pack of bacon curing stuff. There you go, it looks like it's seasoned salt, I think. It might be worth having a look around and see what you can get. So the first thing we need to do is to open up this loin of pork. Now this is only a 750 gram weight. That packet will do, of seasoning stuff, will do up to a kilo. If you've got butcher, then obviously speak to him. Supermarket, take what you can get. The most important thing is take off all and any strings, nets, elastic bands, whatever has already been wrapped around. You don't need them. Waste of time. Actually, that's not a bad looking piece of pork. It's a bit on the thin side, but you know, I'm experimenting as usual with most of my videos. I'm just showing my experiments. Right, this packet, I don't know if you can see that clearly, it does come with instructions which I will read as we go through. This is a 30 gram pack. I think it cost me 99p, so it's not too bad. Right, it says firmly rub the cure throughout thoroughly over the meat surface. So that's that side. Ensure to get into all the cracks and crevices and don't forget the ends. Rub approximately 85% into the flesh and the remainder onto the skin side. Then it says place into a vacuum bag or plastic bag tied at the end and refrigerate. Hence the bread bag, yeah? So once we've salted it up, we'll stick it in there, we'll tie the end, stick it in the fridge, and we turn it over every day. So, I find my scissors, open up this packet. Obviously I'm going to use all of this in total. Let's just sprinkle some on. I'll always add to it in a minute. Let's give that a good rub in. And what it should do is it should draw all the moisture out of the meat, giving it a bacony texture. Right, a bit more on there. Whoa! Didn't want that much on there. Never mind. Make sure we get the ends done as well. And the bit you're probably more familiar with on the back here when you're roasting. That's it, that's that packet gone. One thing I will advise, retain the packet. It's got all the instructions on. All the instructions you are going to need. Try and put some more salt on here. Right. Having read the instructions, they do seem to run out of order slightly. What it does say is you need to measure the thickest part of the meat. So if I measure that with that, that comes to 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. Referring to the instructions, it wants 1 day for every 1/2 inch. So then add on 2 more days. So 1.5 inches, 1 day for every 1/2 inch is 3 days. Add on 2 days is 5 days. So let's pop it into the bag. I'll just have to remember now. You can use any sort of bag that you've got. A bread bag just seems that they're airtight, and obviously as long as you haven't put a hole in it, they stay all airtight when the bread comes out. So there we have it. That will now go and sit in the fridge for 5 days, and every day I shall take it out, turn it over, pop it back again. I'm not going to bother videoing that bit, but we'll come back after 5 days and we'll see what's happened. Okay, thank you for watching. We'll catch up with you in 5 days time. Right, here we are, 6 days later. Things gone a bit haywire here yesterday, so I couldn't get out to the kitchen to deal with the bacon, didn't have the time. Never mind, an extra day is not going to hurt, he says, fingers crossed. Let's get the instructions. Right, so what we need to do is to open up the bag and give it a good rinse under cold running water. It then says to dry thoroughly and refrigerate for another 24 hours. So we'll just get this open. See how it looks. Actually, it doesn't look an awful lot different to what it did in my mind. I'm also thinking it looks more like a belly than a loin, even though it said loin on the packet. Tut tut, Mr. Sainsbury, I think you've done me there. Never mind. Give this bag a quick rinse. Right, that can go for recycling. Okay, so I don't know if we can quite get to the sink there. Yes, we can. Let's get the meat. Get that. Give it a very good rinse. Got to rinse all that salt off that we put on. All that curing, pickling stuff. Actually feels quite firm. A lot firmer than it did. In fact, you know what? I think I can see rib marks there, so I think I have been done. I think that is a belly and not a loin. Teach me to go to the supermarket, won't it? Right, I would say that is well rinsed. What to do now is to dry it thoroughly, it says. So first of all, I'm going to dry my hands with a normal towel. And then, I have no idea, there's no further instruction other than dry thoroughly. So, I've got here 4 sheets of kitchen paper, which I'm going to lay my meat. I'm going to get a further 4 sheets. Of course, you might only need less. This is only inexpensive everyday stuff. If you use the posh stuff, then you might need less. It makes it very absorbent. That's drying really nicely. Can really feel that drying. So it's absorb all the water out of it that we've just washed it with. And then we stick it in the fridge for another 24 hours. So I'm going, it doesn't say whether to stick it back in the bag, into another bag, leave it on a plate. So I'm going with a plate. I'm going to sit it on a plate, drop it back in the fridge. There we go. And tomorrow we'll have another look at it. And then we'll get the slicer out and try slicing it. Okay, until tomorrow. Touch over 24 hours later, and it's now time to slice it up. I've had a go at using my electric slicer here, but it's not been very successful. So I'm going to have to end up cutting it by hand. So it's just a case of getting a nice sharp knife, doing it as thinly as possible, slicing along the entire length, or as near to. Doesn't matter, it's only got to look perfect. It's only going to go into your frying pan and then into your breakfast. And there you go, as you can see, hopefully there's a nice rasher of bacon there. We'll try it out in a minute or two, see what it tastes like. I've just finished cutting this up, and then we'll try cooking it. Got to have a quick taster, haven't we? It's obviously doing this by hand, it's not going to be as thin as it would be using a machine. But then El Cheapo Argos slicer is not really designed for slicing bacon. Here we go then, the moment of truth, the final stage of the journey. One frying pan, nice hot oil in, one rasher of bacon. Let's see how it goes. Oh, listen to that sizzle. Now, as this is belly rather than loin, it shouldn't take too long to cook, although it is obviously thicker than you would buy in the shop. But as I'm sure you can appreciate, this is all homemade. Doesn't matter how long this takes to cook. Turn it down a touch. Once again, I am no expert. I'm just sharing my experiences as I do them. While we're watching the bacon cooking, I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but in a similar vein, if you want to have a look at some of the others, I've made sausages and burgers, as well as a few other bits and pieces. So all I need now is some chickens in the garden, I think, and we can have sausage, bacon, egg, all ready for breakfast. Oh, doesn't that sound good? So just cook this off. Yes, it is thicker than shop bought It should be tastier. Certainly smells nicer. It certainly hasn't been injected with any sort of water or other liquids like shop bought. I think the next stage of this journey into curing bacon has got to be to make my own cure. And isn't that just typical? The frame engine you're in the middle of. There we go, so that won't take long to cook at all. I'll come back when it has cooked. Right, it's a couple of minutes later, and as you can see, this is cooking nicely now. It's going to be nice and crispy, because obviously I left the skin on, so that becomes a nice crispy rind, almost like you're crackling off a pork joint. So in actual fact, I would say that is more than done. Let's grab a plate. As I say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Let's just manoeuvre around a little bit. And here we go, the moment of truth. Looks quite tasty. Let's see what it tastes like. That is definitely worth doing. Most definitely worth doing. I will do that again, I think. So until next time, remember, I'm no expert. Just doing what I fancy doing, trying things out. So until next time, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Cheery bye.